Right, welcome everyone to this Audit, Finance and Risk Committee meeting, 15th of September. We are operating under the hybrid model, which we are still allowed to do under the rules, which will change in time. I thank you all for your attendance. We had asked and hoped that a few more council members might turn up for these conversations, given the importance in particular of the later item around the healthier homes. But we shall get underway. But just before we do, I've been informed that this is the first formal meeting of this council since the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, and I might ask if we just stand for a moment's silence in recognition of that as the first opportunity of council. Thank you very much. Some of us royalists would have stood for longer, but thought as a hybrid model, we'd just get the timing right. We have a quorum, and I would ask Councillor Mihi for a Karakia, please.
Aru whakatakata hau. Whakatakata hau ki te uru, whakatakata hau ki te tonga. Kia mā kina ki ita, kia mā taratara ki tai. Mihi aki ana te atakula, hei tiu, hei hoka, hei hohu, ti hei maolera.
Thank you. Do we have any apologies? Yayan Cranwell and Megan for lateness. But he's even later. He is attending. You just can't see him. Conflicts of interest. There are no conflicts of interest. Public forums and deputations and petitions. There are none. Extraordinary and urgent business. There is none. And we have no notices of motion. We will then move to item 7.1, the unconfirmed minutes of the Audit and Finance Risk Committee meeting, 25th August 2022. Are there any alterations or corrections? There appear none to be noted. Could I then please have someone move and second? Thank you, Councillor Mihi. Seconded, Councillor Edge. All those in favour, please say aye. Against? Motion is carried. We move then to item 8, report items, Audit, Finance and Risk Committee Resolution Status Report, Standard Report. Giles.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, this is the standard report outlining the resolutions and their status that the committee has made. I'm happy to take any questions or comments on the status, although noting that we only considered them 3 weeks ago. You're on the cycle.
If there are no thoughts or questions, could I have someone then please move and second that we note the status report from the previous proceeding? Councillor Southworth, Councillor Marshall, all those in favour, please say aye. Against? Carried. We move to item 8.2, insurance renewals. Miles. Oh, sorry, Giles. I get confused as who's supposed to be here.
Brian is supposed to be, but Brian isn't.
Brian isn't here, so it's Giles. Good.
Thank you, Chair. So this is a summary of the insurance policies that are due for renewal at the end of October. To give visibility to the council, clearly the process is currently being gone through with our brokers. The intention is that in the new year we will bring a more extensive report, including coverage of those areas where the council currently does not take insurance. The rationale for doing that, so that the new council consider whether any changes are required. There are a number of reasons why we choose not to insure, either because the risks are not relevant to the council or because actually the cost of doing so is prohibitive in relevant to the benefits. But as I say, this is really to give the current council visibility that things are underway to ensure that we remain insured at an appropriate level for those areas that are relevant. There is one small correction that I'd like to highlight under the travel policy, the column. This is on page 28, sum insured. It says $100. I believe it should say 100 days, which is the normal standard term in terms of the unit of insurance. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you. We appear satisfied, and a paper will come in the future as to the items that are not insured and the reasoning behind. Thank you. If there are no questions, then could I have someone please move and second that we note the council insurances as attached? Graham McGlynn, Councillor Edge. All those in favour, please say aye. Against? Carried. We move then to item 9, resolution to go into public excluded for the reasons that have been expressed in our papers and the confidentiality involved. Can I have someone please move that we move into public excluded? Councillor Mihi, Councillor Southworth. All those in favour, please say aye. Against? Carried. Thank you. We are back, are we? We are. Thank you very much. We have no further business, but I would ask if anyone has any closing thoughts, literally 60 seconds with the Grahams or anyone else, just make any comment, given that we are at the end of this triennium, the last meeting of this configuration of the committee. Just any 30-second brief comment. Otherwise, I would thank you all.
I'd just like to thank Giles and the team and yourself, Mr. Chair, for and the independent people for actually having a great number of resolutions that have come through this committee, and we're moving forward in terms of our financial capabilities. That's good.
Thank you, Grant. If there are no further comments, then I just sum up and echo Grant's thoughts in closing from where we were 3 years ago, 2 years ago, even a year ago, to where we sit today. And I do sing the praises of both the Grahams and Giles with his investment into the organisation, where we've taken us from a kind of metric-based, numbers-based outcomes to forward thinking, looking at our position, looking at our opportunities, and really focusing on where we need to be. The transition has been absolutely phenomenal. So to everyone on the committee, not just those that I've highlighted, I think we haven't transitioned incredibly into a group that I hope a significant number will return into the next triennium. And for me, it's been a learning experience. I felt like I've been building the plane as I've been flying it. And so as we reach that point of getting a bit of critical mass and thought, I think it will do this council good into the future, having this knowledge at the table and a greater understanding of our duties as governors. So I thank you all for your participation, and I thank our governance staff for putting up with us and some of the long meetings that we have gone through. And I think as we transition with these reports, our findings and our thoughts, and we will, in time, I hope, be able to shorten things up as we get our reporting processes into a great space. So if I could ask Claire or Nicole to maybe finish and close us out, that would be really appreciative.
I'll be really short and sweet.
And wish everyone good night.
I concur with you, John. So I support your words there. I'll do Anuia. Anuia, kiti ulu tapu anuia tane. Kia wātia, kia mama, tinako, ti tinana, ti wailala, iti araha takata. Koi lara, I've got this written down here too. Koi I rā ronga I rongo. Whakaria aki ki ranga. Ki tina, homeo huie.